At the court-ordered meeting in Abeokuta, Unity Bank shareholders overwhelmingly approved the proposed merger with Providence Bank Limited. Out of 295 shareholders who participated, 293 representing 99.32% of the total shareholding valued at 4.4 billion naira voted in favor of the merger resolutions. The new entity will commence operations with about 230 branches nationwide, giving it one of the most expansive physical networks in the industry. It will also launch with a strong capital adequacy ratio, ensuring competitiveness on the Nigeria's evolving banking reforms. Still on business, a researcher has called on Niger Delta State government to seize new opportunities in insect and seafood farming. Speaking at the 2025 Make in Nigeria conference in Port Harcourt, Professor Clint Kabari of Rivers State University warned that factories ready to process oysters, prawns, shrimps, and other seafood are being held back by a lack of mass production systems to supply raw materials. He urged government to support the large-scale production of cockroaches and black fly maggots as cheaper sources of protein for poultry and fish feed, saying high feed costs are threatening the industry. Kabari also identify periwinkles and other local produce as export opportunities waiting to be tapped, and called for technology transfer to enable commercial-scale production in the region. On the foreign scene, Colombian president dismisses U.S. visa revocation with defiant response. Colombian President Gustavo Petro has dismissed the U.S. decision to revoke his visa, calling it proof that Washington no longer respects international law. The U.S. State Department said Friday that his visa was withdrawn over reckless and incendiary actions, tied to a speech he gave at a pro-Palestinian protest outside the UN in New York. President Petro joined thousands of demonstrators and declared Colombia would present a resolution to create a World Salvation Army, with his first task being to liberate Palestine. Petro said that revoking his immunity for denouncing genocide showed that the U.S. no longer respected international law. He added that international law granted him immunity to go to the UN and insisted that genocide was a crime against humanity, with which humanity must respond to, judge, and punish. In New York, he urged U.S. soldiers to disobey the orders of Trump, instead obey the orders of humanity. President Petro, who has severed ties with Israel and accused his government of genocide in Gaza, also told the UN General Assembly last week that Trump was complicit in genocide and called for criminal proceedings over U.S. airstrikes on boats accused of drug trafficking. Still on the foreign scene, sweeping UN economic and military sanctions have been reimposed on Iran